Hey guys, Chaos Master 237 here, back for more Final Fantasy 16. Last time, we got called into a new air to the darkness by Ultima, where he told us at least some things. He didn't share everything, obviously, and I'm still speculating based on how all this is going on what exactly that thing is in the sky. You know, that came from Sam Breck. I'm willing to bet that us destroying the Mothercrystals was actually doing him a favor. I mean, if I had to take a guess, I'd have to say that each Mothercrystal had like a piece of him. I mean, think about it like this: when we first destroyed the when we destroyed our first Mothercrystal, Ultima then showed up, and then even when Joshua sealed him inside himself, Ultima still acted out and appeared a lot of times. So yeah, I'm thinking that it has something like that. It might be crazy, but we're dealing with something that's considered a god. So I'm not going to rule out this possibility.
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that I saw on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
I like how Mid's sitting.
Is this everyone?
Oh, it's playing the playing the theme from the opening title screen. Or from the title screen.
As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthean records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
the Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the curse breakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
Oh, the blight is
As the
hastening.
land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
Yeah, quite the predicament we're in.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we gonna manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
Dion and Joshua can.
It's a lot to take in on a reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset.
Sorry with a little pause there.
There is much to consider.
Yeah, there is.
If there's anything special you fancy supping on before you go, I'd be glad to make it for you. As long as it's brown.
What can I get you, Sid?
Oh,
Nah.
you're not leaving already, are you?
Well, yes. Yes, I am. I'm still haven't changed those side quests yet. And I want to get everyone out of their out of the other designs. We're gonna go with the basic stuff. Oh, I think this is where I can access like DLC stuff. Normal, 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 normal. Oh, I thought I had to talk to him.
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be, but a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what... If you do, there's a chance. And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima.
That, I had no control over that. I did not have any control of that whatsoever.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
I have no idea what the hell just happened.
He speaks the command, he knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
And I really want to know what the hell that was. I'm saving the game over all this. Like, that scared the crap out of me, man. Alright, now let's go to load. See if I can get all that to back up. Oh, whoops. Because that scared the crap out of me. I don't know what that was. Let's go back there. So I'm going to get back to that conversation because... like, if it starts fritzing again, I'm going to obviously get out of it after that. Okay. I know you guys don't want to see it all again, but I want to see if it's gonna mess up like that again. I really hope it doesn't.
He created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
Alright, so far it seems to be going fine. If it happens again, I'm just gonna...
we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
Alright.
That you are.
And what of my wings?
Alright, fingers crossed.
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their Eikons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima.
I wouldn't, and okay, so it seems fine.
To answer for.
I will say this now because, as you know, the whole what was going on was freaking me out. Pretty sure.
Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
Pretty sure that Kupka and still had his Titan under complete control. I mean, come on, he wanted to kill Clive, so there's no way that that was against his will.
He speaks the command, he knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to. Does it, Clive?
I mean, we haven't seen Jill.
I only hope she understands.
We haven't seen Jill try to prime. Right, now I want to put everyone back in their normal attire again. I don't know what the hell happened. All I know is it scared the crap out of me when it did. Oh, great. Now the game just frits a little bit. Like it frits there. I saw it.
I feel like it's calling to me.
Not to mention the audio cut at the same time it did, too. Hello, Jill. Hopefully you won't give me that issue.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Yeah, like all these side quests we gotta do. Because holy crap, there is a lot of them. Yeah, I know. And there's more. I knew there'd be more here. Oh, that's bullshit. There's obviously still more side quests we gotta do. Yeah, we haven't done those other stones either, so that'll be something we gotta get ready for too. In a mood. In case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all his time laid on the rear deck, whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me it's not to do with his supply of antelope bones.
What is it this time, Torgal?
Alright, let's keep going with the search for a lost tome. Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exist ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that mere possession is deemed a crime, and it was a chance encounter with one such tome from a distance that sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered. Yep.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
No shit. Alright, let's keep going with the side quest list. Because, holy shit, there is a lot of... I may as well... Let's see, is there any new ones? Oh, there are some on the way, so... I'll handle that one after I get more built up. Three's company.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved. But such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies, and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
If that is your wish.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
Hold on a second. I'm actually just a little hungry, so I'm gonna pause it, get my food, and then I'll be right back. Hold on. Oh, and of course I'll also have the microphone muted while I just proceed through the side quest.
The skies, then the crystal. What next? The advent of...
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but... would you join me?
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I'm ready to leave when you are.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When aether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Alright, I got done eating. Sorry for some of the times when it was like, where like nothing was going on with the map and everything. I was eating, and I was also taking a drink of some. I was also taking a drink, some drink. I was also drinking some milk. Oof. Under new management. Oh, right. I'm dying. Lines in sand. Yep.
Think you can help?
I'll get to them in a minute. Is there anything new here? Nope.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Hippocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated. What will it be today? How may I help you today? Here's the latest information I have.
Hey! I fear death no longer. You will be safe. I will have my satisfaction. I always repay my debts. Good luck. My wings shall bear you to Origin. You serve your master well. It is my honor to call you comrade, my lady. Suit of Ultima. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Those two did fight. I remember that. Forgive me, I dare not show my face before him. I owe her. He is a knight on peril. When our child is born, we must celebrate in style.
One must understand one's place in the world. Thus ends today's lesson.
Oh wait, I don't think it mentioned it, but I want to check. Ah, I was hoping Jill was in the party again. I was also really hoping Dion would have been in part of it too. That would have been awesome. I would have loved that. I would have had fun watching Dion fight as a party member. I still want to know what Dion looks like semi-primed. I probably have to look that up actually. So I think he's the only icon or dominant right now that hasn't shown his semi-prime state. Yeah, I think he's the only one. Yeah, I don't think he ever does. And, oh, that really sucks, man. It really kind of it really sucks. I do hope we could see him in semi-prime because he's the only one we never saw.
What happened to Miss Middledore? I heard she was kicked out of the university.
Knowing her, she probably walked out on her own.
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Middledore. She's been acting strange.
How?
Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
in a crowd.
Said, in the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Middeldore's inventions.
Bruh.
Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Middledore back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
I mean, it kind of is a dungeon. In a sense.
Whatever should I write next?
A love story, perhaps? But with a happy ending, of course.
Mm. Alright, let's go down here. How much time do I even have? Oh wow, I did waste a bit of time there. So I'll keep going as long as I can.
Ned, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
Yeah.
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well,
that
almost.
fast.
First, I need to make a prototype.
Yeah.
It's a one-woman job.
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. So, if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
Clive is the Enterprise's godfather. Oh my gosh.
Not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the Cursebreakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I should speak with one of the Cursebreakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
I know where. Oh.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet? Not exactly. She seems
I
pretty
forgot about the upper one. I don't remember if I even ever been up here. Oh no, yeah, I have.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
Yeah, what's up?
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
Holy shit.
Can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names.
Wow.
They must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care.
Wow.
Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
Now I'll go.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Okay, so now I need to go down there. I figured, so I gotta go down and take the longer way to get there.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet? Not exactly.
Torgal!
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
Wow.
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his Eikons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want my iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
Yes, where to, boy? Alright, is that all? Oh, it's not. I'll just keep on going as best I
Say
can.
what you will. Lady Karen has seen herself.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
And before I do that, you know what? Yeah, let's work with the pup. No. I actually don't have much time. So I'm gonna keep pushing, just try to get these side quests loaded up.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers.
Oh, wow.
A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known.
Oh, we should get that.
So rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword.
Exactly.
They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Probably both.
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
My hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnik, a collector of rare tomes. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. But though he did not mention it by name,
sorry, I'm actually really cutting it close.
Copy of From a Distance. If you were, by some chance, able to save even.
Very well. I'll be sure to pay gut.
I actually have to end this here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All support is greatly appreciated. I will catch you guys next time for more Final Fantasy XVI. Laters!